Hey friends, apologies for the wait. Unfortunately, my computer stopped working for a bit. And of course, the holidays, having a wife and kids, and work are all priorities to me. Obviously, I've had some time now to get things moving and post, so thank you for being patient. Just real quick though, if you could please like and subscribe, follow, add comments if you enjoy listening. It would help us, but mostly you all, so we can start getting noticed and get some traction to hopefully get support to do this more often and have some more time to get these podcast episodes out in a more frequent schedule. I enjoy putting out these episodes and trying to entertain not just ourselves, but others like you. So thank you again for listening. It really means a lot to us, especially me. And I hope you continue to enjoy and tell others to listen. Previously on Fantasy Friends, they had a conversation with Lyrei to find out more about the village and what clues to what could be done to fix whatever's going on. After doing some prepping and snooping, they made it to the Baron's manor. Quickly glancing around, what lies in store for the friends on this episode of Fantasy Friends? And I double-checked on where we were at.
Of which probably none of us remember, again.
I wrote it down in my notes at the end of last session.
Just outside the door.
Correct.
Yeah. It says we're in front of the Baron's house after Bendane persuaded Lyrei from the tavern to join the party. She brought the Baron's moon blade along with her at Tristan's request. It says Lachlan did all.
Oh, yeah.
What?
No, it didn't really say that.
doesn't even stand up to him for himself. All right. So yes, last time you guys and Lyrei were at the front door of the manor. To recap, to your left, there was some sort of barracks or house. You didn't quite know exactly what. The manor looked fairly intact, no real blemishes or issues with the paint, and the only exception was the bushes were kind of sorry, the boy started screaming. Thanks whoever jinxed that one.
No problem.
The bushes were slightly decaying, and let's see, it was 2 floors. The top floors, from the windows that you could see, there were, if you're looking at the manor, kind of the top view manor that's on roll 20, there are 2 windows to either side in between the bushes above first floor and second floor. On the second floor, though, the curtains are drawn, so you can't see any light, and it seems like the windows on the first floor, the curtains are open, but it's fairly... It just looks like there's no light peeking out. I did forget to mention this when you were walking up, and Lyrei cast her light spell I can't remember your guys' passive perception. I would say it would be high enough to notice that she started to have a nosebleed, but she didn't mention anything about it. So that's where we're at right now. And I do think I remember, Lachlan, you mentioned you wanted to kind of peruse the grounds around the manor, just to kind of scope everything out.
I just wanted to walk around. Quick question, so green squares. Those are bushes. So there's a random bush to the left of the house.
You're talking to your southeast or whatever?
Oh, I'm talking to my straight. Yep, that blue dot. Straight west.
That would be a tree.
Okay, got it. Okay.
What's the one? Just not a conifer, just a kind of like a
deciduous.
Like a maple.
The best part
Here,
about that is like it's tree. Just the delivery. I don't know.
Here it looks like a poplar, but that's okay. So I want to walk just to the west of the house. Do one of those things where you kind of go to the corner and just kind of like lean a little bit, peek around, just see if I see anything on the west side of the house. Oh, look at me move.
Yep. I put your tokens on the map for the listeners to hear it too, and each one is designated to either yourself or me, so I can move either you guys or you can move yourselves. So just updating that.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm inside killing everybody. No, just kidding. This is exactly where I wanted to be.
Okay.
We'll have fancy enough tech that the viewers can all, or listeners can all become viewers. But that day is not the day.
Yeah. When we
the three of you that are watching, you can always come to my house while we do this.
Or we could LARP this, start building.
Oh yeah, do this in real life.
Build the buildings and all that.
Yeah, my life is getting real busy, guys. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and stop.
Huh?
If we get to the point where we start LARPing, then I'm just gonna be really busy all the time.
I'm out. I'm not. I don't even like Halloween dress up.
I'm gonna show up like even when we're not playing.
Be great. Like way too into it.
Just
look,
walking around.
I just got a gunblade from the convention. All right, I'm ready.
Thank goodness I have a lot of cameras around my house. That's when it's just like somebody rings the doorbell and I just look out in this naked fox costume. I'll just be like, nope, not home.
Or just shoot on sight. Okay, so
I have a nuisance license.
All right, so this is basically where I wanted to be. I just kind of want to look at the side, just see if I see anything out of the ordinary, other than just a normal house.
Just behind you, there would be a lamppost, so that would give you enough light to see fairly well up to, I would say, right around here, which would be about the mid part of the manor on that left side of the manor. So from what you can tell, you can see a fireplace, a nicely built stone fireplace that the outside rises up just like any other fireplace straight up to the roof. But, well, no, because the fog, the gloom would probably be obscuring your passive perception, so you would have to see if there was smoke coming out of it. And you can see that there's a faint, what looks to be more stone right here, so possibly another fireplace. So it could be kind of like an old-timey style building that they use multiple fireplaces to heat the whole house, or that's what you can observe right now, just kind of eyeballing it. Everything else is the light at a certain distance starts to kind of fade, and the gloom is kind of taking over and wisping back and forth, making it harder and harder to see, especially with it being so dark.
Tristan, go through the chimney.
There is smoke coming out of the chimney, you said?
I did not.
We can't tell.
You cannot tell.
Can't tell.
Cannot
okay.
We'll find out when you get down there.
Well,
should we just knock on the front door to see?
No. This place is weird. Okay, I'm going up there not because you told me to, because I want to do it.
Right. Right then, I'm gonna sit right here, and you're gonna come, and I'm gonna boost you up.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
He's
gonna take a running start, and I'm gonna just go whoop, launch him up.
Okay. I will let you help him, and Let me double check. Help. Actions.
Would you like an acrobatics for that?
I mean, I assume mine would be just a strength check.
I think if you're helping him, he gets like advantage or something.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll roll
Yeah.
advantage on
No,
a strength check as I throw him.
No, you're basically giving him an automatic advantage. So either
Oh, Tristan.
athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, it's definitely going to be acrobatics.
Advantage. Make it happen.
Bendane yells, "Do a flip!"
That would be a 21.
Dude.
Snap, crackle, pop.
All right. You, Lachlan kind of gets into a squat position, folds his, or, crosses his fingers together and kind of gives you a little head nod. And you take this running leap, hit that perfect angle, your foot on his hands, and then he just boosts you up perfectly to where you go 2 stories up and land on the roof fairly decently. You have to kind of steady yourself, but you land on all fours, and yeah, now you're on this. So the roof itself is kind of a flat area at the top, and then it curves down, so it's a very mild slope. So you can tell this has kind of a low pitched roof. So it seems fairly easy to walk on. Just from observation, looking all around, you can see that yes, there is a chimney where Lachlan saw, and there's another, what looks to be a smaller chimney over in this direction. And
If you're just listening to the podcast, Yale clicked on the northwest corner of the house.
yeah, so where Lachlan was looking just a moment before, what he thought was another chimney is, yes, indeed another chimney and a fireplace. And
do we know that up is north? I mean, if we determine that, that could technically be southeast.
No,
Yes.
I put that as standard when we first entered the map. So
All right.
up is north.
Call maps. All right, good.
And that's what
Uh,
you see.
What do you see, Tristan?
Actually, this is a good. What do I see from up here around us? Now that I have a vantage point, at least.
Make a perception check. You are with what you can see at least behind you
A
and
17.
where the light is illuminating. But as far as anywhere else, it is fairly hard to see. With a 17, so even with the gloom obscuring most of your vision, you can see that. I'll give you this. To the northwest, so there's this fence. It seems to be kind of almost like a wrought iron fence, fairly well designed, and it goes along the backyard or the backside of the manor. In one corner, right here, you notice a building. So it almost looks like a tower, like a very small, almost like a fire watch tower. So you have the stilts, the crisscross. I don't know what you would call it, but it looks like it's made of wood. Goes up to a certain point, almost to the second story of the manor. Doesn't look like there's anybody in it, but there's openings to where it looks like somebody could observe the surrounding area from up there, almost like maybe a guard tower or something. There's also what looks to be a gate near that, and then past that, to further north, it just starts to rise into the mountains. So there are mountains behind you or in front of you, and then to your right. Oops.
No, the darkness is encroaching.
I was trying to reveal. Why is it? There we go. Whoopsie. You can see that the fence seems to go all the way around, like the manor's more focused on being just from insight. You notice that anybody that maybe couldn't get to the inn as like a safety precaution, that they could get to the manor, and that would be the main course of action to get to safety in case of an invasion or something like that. Because what you can see seems like this fence goes mostly all the way around, protecting from most of the wild parts of the area, like the forest and the mountains. And so you have another guard post on the other corner of that fence, north, east, and the same thing. Well, from what, since you're a little bit further away, you can't quite tell, but you don't see any lights or what you could perceive from that distance, any movement. There is another type of maple tree. Both trees, the one that Lachlan saw and the one almost directly in front of the manor, very tall, very, with the exception of the leaves kind of wilting, it looks fairly healthy, both of them, fairly large, so they're a little bit older trees. And as far as anything else, that is all that you can perceive. I will say with the light, you can see what looks to be movement in the village, kind of going in and out of the alleyways, and just kind of movement here and there, as if there's something there, but then it just disappears. Almost it's like hard to get a beat on, especially from the distance that you're at. Even with the lamppost lighted, there's not much to see. Yeah, that's what you got. You know what? I will add. You could.
Exactly where the Baron is.
What? No.
Aw.
I will add that if you so choose. Oh, by the way, actually, I probably should have said this first before I said the surrounding area. As you're looking around the area, you notice that there is no smoke coming out of either of those fireplaces, or whatever those chimneys are where they go to. So there is the possibility, with it being wide enough, that you could sneak down at least the one nearest to the front of the manor, right on the southwest corner of the manor. You could slide down and get into the manor that way.
Okay. So I'll relay kind of what I'm seeing to the rest of the group. And then
Just what?
So the fence, the manor, what was on the right hand side? There was a lot of info there.
On the right, the fence goes all the way around the forest. There you can see the two trees in basically the manor's yard. The gate that is nearest to the first guard tower that you saw. So a little bit more information for you all, and you can see where Lyrei got her water, because you can see the well, which is there. It's south, so it'd be slightly north of the village, and it'd be southwest of the manor. So it'd be almost directly behind that one building nearest to the manor that is left of it. So going left behind that building, you could get to the well.
Tristan, have you tried any of the windows? See if any of them are open. I mean, you can try the chimney, but
there's
the
nothing.
windows open.
There's nothing in the chimney. You know what? I'm going down the chimney.
Okay.
All right. You want me to send Dane up with you?
No.
All right. Just yell if you need us. Good luck.
Yeah, I got this. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm going in the chimney.
Wait. Tie a rope to the top or something so you can get out quick.
Don't have time.
All
Just
right,
hop.
see ya. All right, bye.
So this is gonna be.
This is where Tristan rolls his new character.
Oh man. This is
What?
definitely gonna be an acrobatics.
The-
This is climbing. Not acrobatics.
Climbing, it
sorry.
sounded like it was a free fall. He just like, I'm gone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like he's like you can squeeze
if
in
you,
there.
If you want to take damage,
I know,
sure.
I know.
If you want to take
No,
some
no, no, I'm
damage.
kidding, I'm kidding.
Just
I'm fine with whatever. I'm just saying, like, I'm fine with whatever.
I jump
you wanna
in
do,
and it
but
like
if you wanna do
opens
it
up.
a more proper way.
I'm like, I thought there was walls, and then I just fall down this like huge chute to nothingness.
Okay.
An 11,
um.
the worst. Better than a 10.
So it's decent. I will say that you're gonna take a little bit of damage. You get some of that soot and you slide down. So you're taking your time. You kind of you observed movies and stuff where they're trying to climb down the chimney and you're trying to do it the proper way. You get kind of stuck with you get kind of enclosed and you get kind of tight at certain points where you kind of messed up your footing and you kind of scrunch yourself too close and then you right yourself, and as you do you kind of hit some soot and you slide the rest of the way down. So I'll say take a point of damage. Just
That's not that bad.
yeah. Well, rolling low as usual, fellas.
So did they hear anything from out there, like a thud?
Assumed we heard like a oof.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, Lachlan, since he's right next to the window, you hear this brief, and kind of a, of like the whoosh of the ash and soot kind of just going out of the fireplace.
I immediately turn to Bindane and go, Tristan's dead. Let's go.
Wow.
Actually, make a dexterity check real quick.
Oh, this is it. I am dead. Is it a save or a check?
Check.
The best part is the last thing that Lachlan heard was
Ooh,
Tristan saying, "I got
5.
this."
Yeah.
And just saying, "Ugh."
So you kind of you hit the floor of the fireplace. It's just some burnt wood, and you kind of make some cracking sounds. You kind of hit your butt, and you're like, ugh. And as you do, your legs kind of kick out, and then the fireplace guard, the metal guard, you accidentally hit that, and that metal goes, and then it just topples over, and then it hits the ground, and you can see right as you look watching, you're like, oh no, that it's kind of a stone floor leading into a hardwood floor, and it just makes this kind of bang, 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 and then just stops, and it almost echoes through the manor a little bit.
Whoops.
But as far as you don't hear any sound after that, it's fairly quiet.
Hey, as I heard him say this, I actually want to move to the front door. I can't move myself, and just try the lock.
You can't
the
move yourself?
doorknob. Oh, I got it now.
Okay.
I click on button. I want to try the front door just to, like, very lightly, not like as loud as possible. Just like turn it just a little bit, see if it opens.
So this is actually a double door. So it's two doors. So
Try the left one first.
okay. So it's one of those where it's that kind of curved handle where it comes down. So you grab the handle, and then it's a kind of like a click where you press down.
Got it.
So you press down, and you can see that there's also a keyhole. But when you press down, you hear a click, and then you just kind of open the door slightly. You hear this kind of creaking where it's kind of the wood hasn't been opened in a little bit, so it just makes this kind of, and it's a slightly heavy. It almost feels like close to like an oak type of density, like a heavy oak, and then you have to force it a little bit, but it's
I'm only
it's-
opening it like if it's opening.
It's
I'm
opening.
only opening it like 2 feet at most.
Okay.
Do I smell, see, hear anything? It's fine.
You smell. Well, give me a perception check with. Oh, you don't have any like smells. Do you have half orcs have any type of smelling or anything?
Do they have a nose?
Yeah, they don't have any special senses.
It's just normal perception. Are we asking me perception?
They don't.
So yeah,
They
just
have
roll
a nose.
roll a perception.
It's great.
Well, I was gonna have you roll a disadvantage because I mean you're just kind of like squishing your face against a cracked door and another door that's closed. And you're just like, what do I smell? Like,
I'm any of those 3 senses, like smell, see,
What do you
hear,
got?
okay, well,
anything.
Okay,
You tell me
so
what to roll.
You open the door enough to where you kind of peek your head in, and then go ahead and roll a perception check for me, and we'll go from there.
Ooh, a 9.
A 9. With
Can I
a
poke him in the eye
9,
with that 9?
you're still in the
No, I'm kidding.
fireplace.
Yeah, it's fine.
With a 9, you see. Well, how do I do this? Well, just I'm not going to move you yet. So you see kind of a foyer. It's open in a certain amount. It's almost like a mudroom where there's some hangers to the side, at least to the right side. You can't quite tell because the door is still in your way. It looks like there's some hangers on your left. There's a long bench on either side, and it looks like you could take your shoes off if needed and put them underneath. And then further in, it kind of encloses like it's a walkway, open walkway. And then ahead of that, you see a table with possibly a giant pot of flowers, but you just did a quick glance, you can't quite tell. As you do smell a faint old, almost like a moldy, flowery smell, and you can definitely, not just from the wood of the doors, but just kind of if you go into kind of an old house that has the hardwood floors, you get this kind of wood smell mixed with kind of a smoky wood smell. Just kind of all conglomerates in your nostrils as different wood type smells mixed with that kind of mildewy, flowery smell. As far as hearing anything, you can't quite hear much. You can hear something to your left, which sounds like somebody groaning and wiping themselves off, but you're not quite sure what that sound is. Possibly your buddy that just fell down the fireplace, but it could be anything.
Alright, so I'm going to just fully open the door and take a step in then.
Okay. Are you all following along?
I know where I'm at.
Yes, I am also following.
Okay. And then Lyrei will follow behind you. Let's go to the new map. So I will reveal this much, but just bear in mind that only you all see. You can see this, and then Tristan, I'm gonna have to move you. So Tristan, you're basically there. All right. So what you're seeing is what I told you. There's a fairly large. It's supposed to be a circular table in the center. So past the foyer, then this looks to be maybe a hallway or something. There's this large table in the center, or at least close to you, right as you.
Is all this light yellow, like walls?
Yes, all the light. It's kind of a. Supposed to be kind
Just
of.
want to make sure I understood
walls,
that.
Yeah.
I understand. It's fine. I did want to make sure I understood that. Okay.
Yes. I tried to do the best with color schemes, and this is what you get.
That's fine. No, I just wanted to make sure I understood it correctly.
All right. Yeah. So
I go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk into that open area just to see what I see and hear if you'll see anything.
So
If I don't hear, well, go ahead. But if I don't hear anything, I'm gonna yell like, Tristan, where are you?
In the fireplace.
Well, I'm clear. I assume I clearly can hear him.
You can
in the direction he is.
You can hear him. It's very dark in there. There's no light that you can see, but you having dark vision with the window uncovered from no curtains, you can see through. The light is shining through, and is shining through a little bit in the front door, so you can see with your dark vision at least that of what you're seeing. The gloom is creeping in a little bit just because you open the door, but it's not enough, especially with the light shining, that is blocking the gloom. And there is nothing in here that is. It seems like the gloom is just kind of staying outside. So you are basically in this manor with no gloom. It's just very dark. Bendane, I believe you don't have any dark vision type stuff. So Lachlan, right now you can see pretty much most of this in kind of the grays and different shades of gray, and you do observe on the walls there are these little. It almost looks like lamp lights, but they're just not lit. And to your right here and right here in different sections where the entrances are, there are different. It's like a switch, almost like it looks like a old timey toggle switch where you can just twist it and.
Okay, then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna toggle that switch.
Okay, so as you toggle it, all of a sudden it's just like it feels like it sounds like a whoosh, and then all of a sudden, you realize that all of these little spouts that you're seeing, these little lamplights, light up, and you realize that there's this kind of natural gas pipe system in the walls, and now, at least the hallway, for the time being, the hallway's lit up. And through that insight, you can surmise that each entrance more than likely has a little toggle to light these little gaslight lamps.
Are those stairs way up ahead?
Correct. Those are stairs up ahead. You see them going up. There's like this tapestry. You can't quite tell what it is. And then it seems to kind of go up to a point and then go left and right up further. So it goes up to the wall a few steps with this nice ornate railings. And then it goes left and right, almost like a very, rich style, kind of like
Gotcha.
was it the like plantation houses, or the was it Gone with the Wind, where I think that it was kind of like one of those, kind of steps like that.
Well, then I'm going to run over to this toggle and I'm going to turn this one on, assuming it turns on this big room.
That would be correct. So as you do,
Hooray!
I'm like, hey, Tristan.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and like dust myself off.
Right. As you enter the room, Lachlan, and as Tristan, you start standing up and dusting yourself off, you start to kind of take a glance around. So it's very terrible looking, but these two things, so right next to the fireplace that Tristan just fell down, to the left and the right of those, against the wall, are these kind of lounge chairs, enough to possibly fit two, but more comfortable for one. In the center, close to the fireplace of the room, is a very large couch. Both, or all three, in this kind of a red, just not leather, just a fabric, just a leather, or just a red colored fabric to the top. How do I describe it? So these four spots, which would be, if you're looking, I'll just say north. If you're looking at the north side of the room, they're all glass encased, almost like shelves or possibly like weapon cases or something. You can see items in there, and on each of those cases there's a lock. Right next to you, Lachlan, there's a table of it has a couple bowls of fruit that you can tell that it's all moldy and kind of mildewy and gross. So it's definitely not edible. And to the left, there's a very long but short 2-shelf bookcase. So it's just tall enough to reach the windowsill, but it doesn't overlap it, so you can still look out the window. And on top of that is, sorry, here we go. So on top of that bookcase, there is a spear, 2 daggers, and a long sword, which all look fairly clean. Everything in there, with the exception of the fruit, everything looks fairly clean, not too dusty. I mean, with the exception of Tristan now creating a massive cleaning issue of ash and dust. Everything else is fairly clean in the room. Even stepping in, you had some dirt and stuff, and it was creating kind of dirt steps because the floors look clean. Everything looks fairly clean except for some of the plants and fruits and things like that.
I like to investigate the bookshelves, like look to see if there's anything of importance in them, like the glass ones.
The glass ones? Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll roll a investigation.
All right, I'm not great at this, but I'm sucking it up still. A 9.
9. Okay, so in the one shelf or the one case closest to the table, so which would be closest to the door, the entrance into the room, you see a rusty and worn metal shield. In the one next to it, you see a longsword that looks. It has the blade itself is pale blue. It's got a silver hilt and pommel, and it's got some type of gem in the center of the hilt, and it's got a nice clean leather strap around the handle. The next one after that has a few rings on the top of the shelf, and there's a couple other just mundane things, and amongst them there are 2 short swords. One looks very sharp, but very odd looking. It looks like a long dagger almost, like less of a short sword and more like a long dagger, with kind of like tattered wrappings for the leather, and just like a very, like the hilt is almost non-existent, and it looks very worn and chipped and kind of dented. Just the hilt and the pommel, which is basically non-existent, but the blade itself looks very sharp. And then in the final one, the one closest to the fireplace, there is a few pieces of clothing and some type of cape, just kind of hanging on hooks. But to add to that 9, all of them look like they have a small little handle with a keyhole, and that's what you see from the cases.
What has keyholes?
The cases.
Oh, the cases all have keyholes.
Yeah.
So I can't. I mean, they're glass, so I could just bash them. But I get it. Okay.
I mean, you could. They are Oh, and as far as height, they are like very tall. They're practically as tall as you. So like somebody could like step in them if they wanted to. They're that tall.
Nice. All right, fellas. Are we done in this room? Do we want to investigate more rooms? Tristan, you feeling okay?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Great. Fantastic.
All right. Well, I think it was a fun ride you had there. I mean, the door was open, but that's all right. Okay. You guys want to do?
He just shakes his head.
Let's maybe explore the rest of the house. I mean, we just want to meet with the mayor, right?
The Baron.
Want to meet him
The
or
Baron,
kill
yeah,
him?
that's what I meant. Do we want to kill him,
I
or
don't
do
know.
we want to talk to him? I thought we just
I
wanted
feel
to
like
talk
in a
to him.
stabby mood, but let's go.
Bending just calls out like, "Hey, is anybody home?"
Right. Give me 1 second.
Like, I don't think we need to like sneak around the guy's house if we're just gonna be here to like have a conversation with him. I feel like that conversation will immediately go awry.
That's what you think.
After a brief pause, you hear nothing. No reply, no footsteps, not a thing. As if
Okay.
it seems as if nobody is here.
Check out the rest of this house then.
Maybe he went to the market.
Oh, by the way, just to clarify, the bright yellow spots, like
That's what I was going to ask.
They're doors.
yeah, they're doors. Thank you.
All right. I come up to this one. I try to open the door.
You
It's
blow it in like a maniac.
it's similar to the front door, except this one big door that swings to so its hinges are on the right. So when you enter the house or the manor, you're on the room to your right, and the door swings open. It's because it's unlocked, and as you open the door, you see, shall reveal.
I will open it wide.
A gold dragon.
Yep, it's a
Can
gold
come.
dragon. You open the door and you, like, do you swing it open or you just kind of open it?
I open it like a normal person would opening the program.
All right. I'm just.
Well, I just mean like
I'm just making
crazy,
sure.
like not bashing it in,
Okay.
not running as I go.
I just didn't know if you wanted to like throw it open, get ready for an attack or something. Like, okay. So you open
Just
the door.
Normal
kinda-
opening.
You step in, and as you do, you notice to the outside perimeter of the room, you see these red kind of cushions, almost like chairs, like little stools. So it'd be like sitting, not really tall, but fairly short, just like a chair. So you could just kind of sit back down, squat down, and sit on one. Just from looking at it, they look fairly comfy. And then in the center, it's hard wood, but in the center, it's extremely polished wood. So you sit down. You sit.
Yes.
Ben Dane. I was like, did Ben Dane just go sit down on a stool?
It's fairly comfortable. It's you look at it, you're like, this looks like it's gonna be comfy, and you sit down, and it is. It's fairly
comfy.
Mm-hmm. It's fairly comfy.
What about this one?
They're
about this one?
that one too.
What
Would you
about
say this one is more or less
this
comfy
one?
than the first one?
That the one that Lachlan's on, it seems like it's had some wear and tear. It's still kind of comfy, but somebody of bigger size has sat in it quite a few times.
Next one you do, roll for perception.
And then is this one just right?
It's actually better.
Nice.
See that coming. Then come in. We're playing musical chairs. What is this thing in the middle? Is it like flooring?
I was getting to that until you guys started screwing around.
He said it
Not
was
screwing
gonna-
around. We chose to have a seat. We've been walking for a long time through this entire town.
You sat down at the end. Don't give me that.
Tired.
Sassing me. All right.
Well, I had
so-
the thought that Ben Dane is blonde, so he does have those golden locks. I was gonna try every chair to see which one was the best.
Think you found it?
Wow. All right, so like I said,
Yeah, and what's in the middle?
I was getting to it. So, as I said, it's mostly hardwood floors, but in the middle area where you have been asking about, it's actually very smooth hardwood, almost like it could be for a particular purpose. On the sides of the walls, you see tapestries of dang it.
You think it's a dance floor, don't you?
Maybe shuffleboard?
And you see tapestries.
You should never have given us these tokens.
I should never. I was just about to say that.
It's tired.
Okay,
Hold on.
Go on.
Actually, I'll have Lyrei explain it. Lyrei pops in as she watches you guys goof around. She goes, "Oh, this is where they have their dance parties and this is the ballroom where they have dances and all that. See, the center is very polished, so people have nice, easy way of moving around. And then the tapestries, they're actually different symbols of travelers that have come by from different nations. And there, she has explained this room to you.
Nice.
Do
Is there
we
any?
recognize any of the tapestries? Like, do we recognize the places or anything? Can I do like a
Um,
history check or something?
Yeah, you can do a history check.
Okay. Where would that be? There it is.
19. All right.
I know everything about history.
Man, I don't know how to do this if you should know nothing about this world. Although I will say this, you definitely recognize a pattern in one of them as if you have been there before.
That's my thought was, since didn't the Baron like marry a lady from our Earth? So I thought maybe that would be something. Thought that was a clue.
No. Well, yeah, you were right, but they had more symbols of nations of their side, like their world, and one of them you recognize because there is in a depiction of it, there's a coin with two faces, and you think back, I do remember something like that.
Batman's
and-
been here.
That's where I was going.
Okay.
Two base.
Actually, it was the vampire village, the augmented reality room.
100% remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that you recognize that symbol. Are you just messing with me? Do you actually remember?
I remember there being a vampire town.
So yeah, that is the new symbol of that village. It's basically a coin with two faces.
Two faces on one side of the coin.
And then, well, like in a way, it displays it having two sides of the coin, having a face on the two sides. Like hard to describe. On top of that, it has a depiction of kind of what looks to be kind of a silhouette of a village, and then mountains in the background. So you can surmise that that could be the village that you went to in the augmented room.
Right.
As far as the others, Lyrei kind of points out different things for you. She talks about a floating city, a city northwest of here that is supposed to be vast and basically the city that her father came from, and then quite a few cities. It's almost like they use this area for trade and commerce. So sometimes they go through this part of the mountains and they stop at this village, and then they kind of host different people when they stop by.
Floating city sounds pretty sweet. We have time to swing over there.
Maybe at some point.
Oh yeah, we'll just go there right now. Let's throw the rest of the whole thing out the window.
This room bores me. I'm out.
Yeah, band-aid tires of this room.
Lyrei's like, oh.
As I step out, and Tristan is in the hallway, I say, Tristan, real quick, you gotta go try some of those chairs.
Nah.
All right, we'll do it on our way out after we kill this guy.
And Dane dances his
Whoa.
way out over to the next.
What's with the
Hey,
violence?
Nate, where are we going? I haven't killed anybody in a while. Come on.
Are those stairs? Is that what that is?
Those are stairs. So
Hey.
it is an open doorway, open entryway, and as you go in, which is just above or north of the ballroom, is an open hallway, and at the end, almost straight ahead, are stairs that are going down instead of the stairs in the main hallway going up. To the left, there's a smaller door, and then straight ahead, there's another door, and then also near the stairs, there is a third door.
A lot of doors.
A lot of doors.
Let's just try this one first.
May I
You may not.
try the steps while they mess with doors?
Yeah, we should all split up. It's a good idea.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stealth through that and see what I see, and then come right back.
Make a stealth check.
I wonder, can I?
I'll follow
I
behind
figure if
Tristan
we're-
just a little bit. Seeing this
Honestly,
door, too.
I kind of figure, like, you did yell out, right? And nothing came popping out and going crazy. We didn't attract some zombies or whatever. I
Fair.
think we're gonna be okay.
As far as you know,
Sure.
Because they're waiting in ambush.
Much more likely.
Okay. I'm trying to think who went first.
Where?
I'll start with Tristan first. So you're going down the steps.
Yeah.
Stealthily. Okay.
Yes.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why you guys are.
Whoops. I forgot. I'm wearing half plate now. Oops.
Oh, you're at disadvantage.
Yeah, great. That's a 6.
Big googly moogly.
Whoops.
Basically, fall down those stairs, don't you?
Yep, we go to hug the wall and then slip and clack, 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 clack.
Man, how do I do this? I don't know if I can move you and not anybody else. So we'll have to do some role playing here.
That's the
Oh,
name of the
I didn't
game.
sign up to this game for roleplay.
Yeah, you did. You did now. All right, so
What have we been doing so far?
I don't play Dungeons and Dragons for the roleplay, alright?
I play it for the ladies.
okay, let me move player.
I mean, were you only going to the bottom of the stairs,
Well, he fell down.
Tristan? Oh, okay. All right, fine.
I probably didn't like straight fall. That would be like a 1, I'd imagine. But yeah, it definitely made some noise on the steps.
I'll say you tripped. So these are stone steps, and you tripped on the second or third one. And you kind of do one of those where you're running down fairly quickly, and then you hit the wall at the end of the stairs. Which let me jump you over. Thank you to Brian Sanishin for the intro and outro. Find him on Fiverr and his website. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We are also on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music. Give us a like, give us a subscription, a follow on those platforms as well. send us an email of NPC names, items, or ideas at fantasyfriendspc@gmail.com. That's fantasyfriends, P as in puppy, C as in cat, @gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and please tell everyone about the podcast. Every single person that you meet, gaze into their eyes lovingly and say, "Listen to Fantasy Friends, the podcast." Now, go, listen to it. Share my earbuds, listen now. And, of course, the next episode should be up without delays in about 2 or 3 weeks. Okay? Bye!